You know, a lot of politicians say beautiful things that feel good, but they don't really walk the talk. This woman actually walks the talk, and let me give you one example that I'm sure many of you don't know about in terms of that Ryan Stadium. Now, some of us were for it, some were not for it. Actually, I was for the stadium, but I didn't like the shenanigans behind the thing for it. And it was Alderperson Clare Kelly who found out that our own corporate city council, Nick Cummings at the time, went to a federal court to block Evanston out of any decisions being made. It was a 20-year decree, so they didn't tell anyone that they were going to do this. She found out about it, got down there to the court, and blocked it from happening. The judge threw it out. So yes, she deserves some applause for that. Had she not done that, I mean, we love Northwestern, but Northwestern would have been able to do whatever Northwestern wanted to do from here on out. And you talk about losing property and homes and things like that, it would have been out of control. And she was led the march on that. She was like, watch the case. And I watched the hearing. It was amazing.
I think that's a great example of transparency. I mean, if that hadn't been disclosed, it wasn't disclosed by our city government. It was because somebody in the 7th Ward provided me with a FOIA that they had received, where they saw embedded in it that our corporation council had gone to the federal court to try to undermine this committee, which is of great value to Evanston residents. I'm also very connected to Northwestern, by the way. I go all the way back to first graduating class of 5, my great-great-grandfather. And my son graduated from there, so I love Northwestern also, but this is a committee that serves the residents. This gives us a chance to engage with Northwestern, to express concerns, to work on improving community relations. We didn't want that undermined. So, the failure of transparency there, that committee would have been undermined. And so that's why transparency really does deliver a better product for residents. I think we saw that with the case of the lease. I think we all know about how there was a contract signed behind closed doors, and that whole process went awry because of the lack of process, the lack of transparency. And it doesn't mean we may not have gone in the same direction. The same with even the Ryan Field. Whether you're for it or against it, my issue again was process and transparency. The more transparency, the better what we're going to get as a result. Because that is just so essential.